Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Now this one, as you can see by the title, is called How to Solve a Problem Like Manchester United. Now Manchester United, from when I was growing up as a kid, they were the biggest and most scariest club in English and world football. But over the sort of last 7-8 years, they've kind of gone on this spiral of going downhill, and everybody's talking about what's going on with Manchester United. How can they get better? Where are they at? Well, aside from today's result against Tranmere, which we can kind of put aside, the problems at Manchester United are quite simple. The depth of squad that they have now is nowhere near as strong as it should be or it could be. The lack of investment, the signings that they've made, as I think Rio Ferdinand said the other day on, it was BT Sport, he said they're not Manchester United players, they're not Manchester United signings. You look at the players that they've let go, which we'll come on to. You look at, they've wanted a director of football. They don't have one at the moment. They need to get one, because they need to work out where they're going to go from here, because Solskjaer can only do so much. He can only work with the players he's got. You look at the league, they're 30 odd points behind Liverpool. That's not logical for Manchester United, and it's not good enough for Manchester United. Now, Arsenal and Chelsea have both gone through their sort of revamped programmes. Manchester United are going through theirs. Since Sir Alex Ferguson has left, it caused a massive hole at Manchester United, because since sort of 1991, Fergie just had United doing this, just coasting along, winning titles, winning trebles, making records, buying big players, selling players, and it was all wonderful. And if you go to Old Trafford, you were like, but now, like Burnley were saying, you look forward to going there. Personally, in my opinion, which is what this is, I think they do need to bring in a director of football. They need to. But they also need to look at their recruitment as in general. Because let's take the likes, they let Romelu Lukaku go, or to the point where he was so unhappy that he left. A big player like him. Pogba's injured, but they don't know whether he's going to stay or not. Now that Rashford's injured as well, you've got Sanchez who's gone on loan to Inter Milan. But United didn't think of putting a clause in his loan deal that they can recall him. Because now, to recall Sanchez back now for Manchester United saves them 30, 40, 50 million. Because they've got a situation where they've got Rashford out, Pogba's out, there are other players out, they've got Greenwood up front, Martial and Lingard. So they've got three main strikers. Daniel James is not really a main striker, but he can perform. Now, strength and depth. They're relying basically, again as Rio said, they're basically relying on an 18-year-old. That's not good. They need to get strong players. Now, there's people out there like Cavani, who I think could do a real good job at Manchester United. I think Ibrahimovic could have done a good job at Manchester United. I think Gareth Bale can do a good job. These are the kinds of big name players that they need to attract. The problem that Manchester United have is because of where they are in the Premier League, it's what can you offer? And it's not a financial thing, but it's a career thing. If a player wants to progress in his career, then he wants to look at Champions League football. He wants to look at winning trophies. He wants to look at winning titles. So you take those three things. Can Manchester United offer Champions League football? At the moment, no, it's Europa League football. But they're looking at getting Champions League. That's why the top four is so important. Secondly, cups. Now, yes, they won the FA Cup today quite convincingly. So possibly they could win that. They've got a tricky tie against Manchester City in the second leg in the Carabao Cup. But then, so possibly that's one of them. The league, done. Liverpool are champions. Unless something incredibly heroic, that's not a word, is it? Heroic happens, Liverpool have won the league. So they can't offer them titles. So they need to get Champions League football. They need to potentially win the FA Cup or win the Carabao Cup to at least attract the players. So, right, look, this is what we're trying to do. For me, Solskjaer is not the right manager long term. Short term, possibly. He's done wonders for his career at Manchester United as a player, but let's look at what he did since leaving. And in management terms, I think I was listening to Arsenal Fan TV when they were talking about replacing Wenger, and they were talking. Claude said that they need someone with the experience of the big levels. They mentioned Ancelotti, which he went to Everton. That would have been perfect for Arsenal, but instead they've gone with an assistant in Arteta. They didn't go for a manager, so it was a bit confusing. The same with Manchester United. Solskjaer, yes, he's been at Mould. No disrespect to them. He's been at Cardiff, with no disrespect to Cardiff. But what did he achieve? He hasn't achieved Champions League football. He hasn't achieved a title. He hasn't achieved promotion. He wasn't at Cardiff long, and he wasn't at Mould long. So you think for Manchester United to go to that next level, they need that next level manager. Pochettino is a good shout, but they need someone like Zinedine Zidane, or just someone that's got a no-nonsense. I think Solskjaer's too nice. I think he's the sort of the nice guy of football, where he's going to come in and go, oh, it's all right, don't worry, do it next week, or we know we've done wrong, do this. That's not what they need. There's some players at Manchester United that need grabbing like that, slamming against a wall, sort of like Vinnie Jones kind of management, sort of no-nonsense management. I do think that they can do that. But, that being said, you have to consider who's going to come in and who's available. So maybe Manchester United are waiting, even though Pochettino is available. But it's not a short-term fix. I don't think this week, in the last 6 days of the window, Manchester United are going to buy 4 or 5 new players and then be an amazing side. This Fernandes deal is going back and forth, and that shows you as well. Back in the day, if Manchester United made an offer, that player signed. Fernandes has been going left, right, back again, back again, back again. And no one seems to know what is happening. And then they get linked with everybody. They start throwing... I mean, this is why I don't really read the papers, because they throw out Ericsson and Maddison and all these big names. And are Manchester United really linked with these players? Probably not. But they've also got deadwood in their side. But they can't afford to lose this deadwood until they've actually brought players in. They have to do the sort of role reversal. Rather than get rid of players to bring them in, they have to bring the players in to know they've got the replacements to then let them go. So it's tough. It's a big, it's a tough job. I think that Solskjaer is trying. I don't think long term he's the right manager to take Manchester United back to the glory days. You look at Klopp at Liverpool and you look at Pep at Manchester City and you think, is Solskjaer in that bracket? No, he's not. Yes, okay, Manchester United are the only team that have taken points off Liverpool. Yes, he got them a win at Manchester City, and yes, they beat Spurs. But they're 3 results. You look at it over a longer period. Someone said to me, oh, Reading are going to get relegated this season, but you'll beat Swindon, Oxford, or Leeds or whatever. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, you are where you are. So I think although they're 5th and they can catch Chelsea, they've really got to improve. Now, today's performance, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but it was brilliant. But you have to take into consideration the team. They were playing Tranmere Rovers. Now, that's nothing against Tranmere Rovers, but Manchester United versus Tranmere Rovers should not be a tricky tie. It should not be a bum-squeezing, itchy bum-time game. It should be straightforward, simple and professional. And that's what today was. It was simple, straightforward, professional, got the job done, on they go. And that's what it is. But unfortunately, it's turned out to be, sort of a paint. As DT said this about Arsenal, it's painting over the cracks. Crack appears, we'll win that game, paint over that. We've lost that game, new crack, we'll paint over that next game, we'll draw or win. It's not good enough. Now, yes, Manchester United, Arsenal are very close to that bottom 3, like points-wise. I mean, they're like 5th, but the points gaps, it's not going to happen. That kind of thing is not going to happen. So although, excuse me, they are playing bad, there's worse teams in the Premier League, so they're not going to have to worry about that. But they want to qualify for Europe. And a big fear they could have, they don't win the FA Cup, they don't win the Europa League, and they don't win the top 4 race. They might not even finish in the top 7. Because there's likes of Crystal Palace, Wolves, Everton, all creeping up behind them. Sheffield United. So there's a potential for Spurs to finish, Liverpool even, I'll get it right, Liverpool to finish first, Man City to come second, Spurs third, and then Chelsea fourth. Then fifth you could have Sheffield United, sixth you could have Everton, Arsenal and Man United could finish 7th and 8th and not even make the Europa League, and then not have European football at all, which is unheard of. But that's what will happen if they continue. They need to buy, even if Solskjaer doesn't want to do it, United need to stop this rot, and they need to get players in this week. Who, like I said, I don't know. I think Cavani is still available. I'd go gung-ho to get him. He can score goals. He's a quality player. I'd get this Fernandes deal. Just get it over the line. Get it done. They've talked about Jude Bellingham and other players. Just go out. Don't just spend for stupidly, but get the money sorted for the players and get it done. My little friend's back and nosed. So, they have to do that. But that's only my opinion. Like I said, like in the last video, it's just my opinion. Not saying I'm right, but it just feels that there's something missing at Manchester United, and will they find it? So that's this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Let your friends know about the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think and what your opinion on Manchester United is. Let me know also what sort of videos you'd like me to produce as well, and I'll be back tomorrow with the predictions and a look forward to the FA Cup draw as well. Alright, so thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.